Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Minute Channel. Today we're going to be talking about one game that I think a lot of people forgot about, including us, and that is Ring Fantasy. So Ring Fantasy is a game that was announced a few years ago now because of the restructural aspect of the Atlus games. Atlus has decided to create a new studio called Studio Zero, who currently has only worked on one game, and that is Catherine Full Body. But this team is created of the people that originally created Persona 3, 4, and 5, with a lot of the people, including Hashino, who is the lead director for the Persona series, who's no longer gonna be working on the series anymore. So now he moved on to do better things, but without just not moving, but also announcing that he's going to be working on a new game called Re Fantasy. Re Fantasy is supposed to be a reworking of the fantasy series, or the JRPG fantasy series, looking into that aspect, but also with a new lens, so to speak. I predict it's going to be something like a Persona fantasy game kind of deal, but we don't really know exactly what he's working on, although we did get a trailer about 3 or 4 years ago at this point, I believe, and this trailer was just kind of like a concept art trailer. You know, it has concept art, it has a lot of different things, it's kind of like pictures of things that he wants to do, or like he talks about different classes of like the fantasy setting and so on, but nothing really concrete. Like nothing, it doesn't really give you an idea of like what they're really approaching or trying to do. But it's definitely a JRPG, and it's definitely Persona inspired, and at the same time it definitely approached to kind of move away from the school setting and more into kind of like a fantasy setting. So what that entails too, who knows? But the funny thing about it is, without just anything, although they announced this project years ago, about 4 years ago now, we have not really heard anything about the game, like what's going on with it, any updates on it, any trailers, any graphics on it, anything of that sort. We actually have not heard anything about it. In fact, it's really funny that although they keep saying that they will give us an update, they still have not. Like the last year in 2020, they said they were going to give an update, and no updates came out of that. And then at the beginning of this year in 2021, they said that we're going to get an update this year, but we're already almost in July and we have not heard anything about it. So I wonder what's really going on with this project. Is this still a thing that they're working on, or is this just kind of something that we're like, yeah, we're just not gonna work on it anymore, or something like that? I don't know. It's just kind of funny that they announced the project very happily. They literally made a new studio for this game, and they have not really talked about it ever since, which is again pretty weird. Even for Atlus standards, they still do interviews. Like, even though we didn't hear much about Shin Megami Tensei 5, they were still interviewing about it. They were still talking and giving information about it. So although fans were like, oh my gosh, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is canceled or something, the studio was still doing interviews. They were still talking about it. They were still answering questions. They were still discussing it and everything. This is not the case for this game. We just literally have not heard about this game since the announcement of the game in general. So again, it's a weird stuff, but it's also really interesting to think about this game. Like, what is the plan for this game? What are they trying to accomplish with this game? What is this game entailed to overall? Like, we don't really know any of these questions. Like, I would like to see more about it. I would like to see anything about it, or just to know what the idea behind this game is. But as for now, we have not heard anything about it, and it's middle of the year again. I don't know. I predict that at this point we're not gonna hear anything about it this year, because this is the 25th anniversary of Persona, and I was still very focused on marketing for Shin Megami Tensei 5 as well. So between these two gigantic series, the Shin Megami Tensei series and Persona, I don't really see where Ring Fantasy is gonna be able to fit this year. This year is just already being packed with a lot of games, including Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne and Persona 5 Strikers. This already paints that this year has been one of the best years for Shin Megami Tensei, but also one of the best years for Persona so far. So I don't know where they can really fit Ring Fantasy into. Atlus just has been doing a really good job as kind of like getting new games out pretty much every year. And I don't know again where this game is gonna really fit in the space. It's just gonna be a weird one for us at the moment. Again, without any news or anything to go off from, we can just speculate. I predict that we're probably not gonna hear anything this year. Like I said, this is probably gonna be something that next year we're probably gonna hear like a trailer maybe or something like that. Tokyo Game Show will probably be the best way to announce this game. I don't see this being like an E3 worthy presentation or anything, especially being just a brand new game from a brand new studio. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird to me that we have not heard anything about it. Again, even from Atlus standards, which they're not really like talkative or anything like that, it still feels like they should have already announced something from this game. So we're also kind of curious about this game. Have you heard about anything about this game? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this? Are you excited? Not excited? Let me know if you know anything about this. Thank you so much for watching this, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.